What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and a breakdown Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top. It's super fun. I know you're going to have a good time with it. Also, I appreciate you supporting my website, Marty Music. That first comment down there will take you to the site. You can sign the newsletter and get some free courses that are really helpful, and I really appreciate that very much. Anyway, let's learn this tune. All right, I'm going to teach you two separate guitar parts and combine them into one riff. But just keep in mind that the original is two separate pieces. All right, so we're playing a C power chord, which is 3rd fret A string or 8th fret E string. And I think the best way to teach it is to start with this main riff here, but without the thumb groove. And I'll show you what I mean. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And so I'm playing ring finger on the 10 of the G and B, and I'm cutting it off staccato. I'm not letting it ring out. Then with my index finger on the 8th fret of the G and B, I hit that. And then ring finger on the 10 of the D. Like that. Then I do it again. And on that second time, and listen to the rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. 1. And so wiggly vibrato on the second 10 of the E, which is the root. Like that. So that's the first thing we need. Next, we're going to combine the other guitar part, which sounds like this. And that's good, it's cool, and it also is part of the verse. Which is great, it's so fun to play. So we're putting our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E. Then I'm going from 1 slide to 3 on the A string. Like that. And when I do that, I'm grabbing the C power chord, which could be ring finger and pinky. I'll use my ring finger. Just know when you use your ring finger like that, you're not hitting the B. You're not hitting the B string. You're not hitting that. You're just going for the top 3 strings. So the next step of learning this song in the easiest and fastest way possible So the last piece is putting our thumb in there. Which is awesome. I love it. It's a little tricky. But if you get this part first, then add your thumb, you're going to be golden. So if I have the little bass line, now without the thumb at all, if you have an underlying pulse, another guitar player, a bass player, it sounds good without the thumb even. So just keep in mind, and it's how we're going to learn it. So watch this. 1, 2, 3. So that sounds good in its own right without the thumb. So the final thing we do, though, is now practice with the thumb. So that would be the first thing I would try and do in time. So from the C power chord, now my wrist is kind of switching to go into thumb mode. So I'm grabbing that 8th fret with my thumb on the E string. Now the riff that we already learned, we hit the thumb, then we hit that 10th of the G and B, then back to the thumb, then index on the 8th of the G and B, and then the 10 of the D without the thumb. So at that point, we've done the thumb twice. that. Then 2 times on the thumb. So when you put that together, again, just like that. So after the double thumb, you do double thumb, then you do the double stop 10, 8 without a thumb. Ah, no thumb. Yeah, it should have been like that. No thumb. Like that. So let me put it together for you without the stupid dad jokes. 1, then 2 of them, then 2, and then again. That's what we have so far. One more time. And then the final thing is a thumb, then to the 10th fret D with the ring finger. Put that all together. So then you got to put this together with it. Normally it would ring out, but we're going to hop over with our thumb. So that's the hardest part. This is much easier. We're going to do the main riff that we already learned, but just let that chord ring out. With 2. Bo, da, 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 da. And then you do it again. Then you grab a quick, it's just a quick 3rd fret E string, and back, slid down to the 1st fret. And then that chord to the F power chord. Then into the riff again. Same rhythm, F power chord to G power chord. So that's just 1 to 3. And then the same thing over on the A string power chord. Go crazy about a sharp dress man. And so here's where it gets a little different, just because we're combining stuff and it transitions from a break of the because I was crazy about the sharp dress man. And so we're going to do a power chord thing and let it ring out and then transition into the thumb thing. I mean, I guess you could do it like, let's just do it like this. So it's an E flat power chord, which is the 6th fret A string root. Then the same thing up to the E string, so that'd be B flat, and you hit that twice. And then you're going to transition into that. So again, then over to the A. Girls crazy about a sharp dressed man. Right? So that's all the main stuff. The only other thing going on is lots of soloing, lots of tasty soloing. Notice, as a guitar student, how he's not playing fast. You know, I don't think there's barely a moment where he's playing a bunch of fast flurry of notes, and it's tasty. I don't know. I like that kind of playing. He's amazing. So yeah, so we're just gonna be rocking on a C power chord. You could do it up here. You know, this is the same thing. You know, it's real just chug, 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 chug kind of vibe, you know? So it does a 8, 6, 3 as a little transition into now F, the 4 chord. F's right here or right here. You know, and so that's just more soloing, and then it does that riff again. And then you know, it does the riff alone, and then it comes back in. You got another verse, you got this, you got that. Nothing new really happens, except it just jams out, and it fades out, going between the F and the C, the 4 and the 1, you know. If you can play up to this point, then you should be able to hear that 1 and 4, and then it fades out, just soloing, right? So that is the whole thing. Let's see. All right, there it was. Hope you had fun with it. It is surely an awesome riff and song. Anyway, also thanks again for supporting Marty Music. You guys really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your requests in the comments below. And just want to thank you again and hope to see you in another video real soon. Later.